Hi, it's Keith from the Evangelical Free Church Stony Stratford, and we're continuing our series of short talks in the Gospel of Mark. And today we're in chapter 14, verses 43 to 52. Now, we noted that Jesus had prepared himself with prayer for what is going to unfold, but his disciples were totally unprepared. Jesus knows that he's going to be betrayed and he's going to be arrested. This is high drama, isn't it? But things don't exactly unfold the way we would expect them to. I mentioned it before, but Tracy and I absolutely loved Twin Peaks, and I think it was because things often unfolded in an unexpected way. In the very first episode, there's a point where Agent Cooper, the FBI man, is questioning one of the teenagers in relation to Laura Palmer's death. And the young man concerned is very volatile. And you'd expect in any other sort of crime drama, you'd expect the FBI man to act in the same way. But Agent Cooper just says, Bobby, here's how it works. We ask the questions and you answer them succinctly and to the point. Very calm. Not what you'd expect at all. And when Judas appears with the soldiers that have been sent by the chief priest, Jesus' reaction is not what you'd expect. First of all, Judas gives a traditional greeting. He's organized this so that he's said to those who are with him that the one they are to arrest is the one that he kisses. Very Eastern greeting. The disciples react. Peter reacts, as we know from the Gospel of John, violently, verse 47. But what Jesus then does is very, very unexpected. His basic premise is this: what have I done? Verse 48. Am I leading a rebellion, said Jesus, that you come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Very low key, not what we'd expect. He's not done anything wrong. His main sort of reaction seems to be, why now? Verse 49. Every day I was with you teaching in the temple courts, and you did not arrest me. You had the opportunity. Why didn't you do it? But actually things are not what they appear to be. Second part of verse 49. But the scriptures must be fulfilled. Now, what does Jesus mean by that? Well, immediately we see part of it. He's already quoted Zechariah 13 verse 7, where it talks about the shepherd being struck and people leaving him, fleeing for their lives. And that proves the point, because now the disciples do it. They leg it, don't they? Zechariah 13 verse 7 is fulfilled. But as he is arrested and the disciples flee, we get a strange incident, verse 51. A young man wearing nothing but a linen garment was following Jesus. When they seized him, he fled naked, leaving his garment behind. Now, many people surmise that this is Mark. Mark, at this point, although he probably got most of the gospel from Peter, he is actually giving himself a cameo. We know that Mark's family lived in Jerusalem. In Acts 12, verse 12, we see that the early church actually used to meet in his home. Everything is off kilter here, isn't it? Jesus faces violent hatred, but what does he do? Well, he doesn't resist. Judas acts as a warning. He'd been around Jesus for some years now, hadn't he? 3 years at least. And you can hear the truth, but you can dismiss it. And that's what Judas did. And the thing I think we see most of all is we cannot be neutral. Jesus' attitude is explained early in John's Gospel. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Now that's encouraging, but it comes with a warning. Verse 18, whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of God's one and only Son. Here's the thing. Our rebellion and wrongdoing, what the Bible calls sin, needs to be dealt with. And here's the thing. We can either let Jesus deal with it. We can go to him and ask to be forgiven, or we stand in our own strength before God. And I, for one, would not like to do that. This passage, as we get closer and closer to the cross, throws down a challenge. What do you make of Jesus? Thank you for listening.